it needs a bit of work. Anyway, morning world, and welcome to February 11th. It is a dull, overcast day, but it's not wet, and it's not cold, so I ain't complaining. Morning ladies, how's breakfast? Yeah? Is it okay? Up to scratch, is it? Yeah? Do you remember Tim, our engineering chum who put these barns up for me? Well, I got another job for him. And it's that. I need to mount that Brown's grass rake onto my Ritchie slitter. These two are not made to go together, but with a decent bit of fabrication and a clever bloke on a welder, I could make, or he can make that fit on there, which means I can do two jobs in one pass. But to do that, I need to get that down to his workshop. So, and then we'll have some work for you. I'll go and find them. I don't need great long straps for this job. There's one. Where's the other one? Just got to let me Johnny off. What I should have done really is take note of how far away I was. Touched. If that's right, it's completely luck. No skill in that at all. We're on. Right, so I reckon I'm going to be reversing up to the workshop. So slitter wants to go on far side and the rake on this side, I reckon. So we'll put the slitter on first. Put the bias of the weight just forward the wheels, so I put a little bit of pressure on the front hitch. That's going to come up tight to that lip there, tight to that lip there. Right, that's part one. I need to tickle that by hand a bit. I could probably wiggle about and get that on there, but I'll just end up digging a hole behind me, so there's no point. delicate bit. back. So like that. Okay. I think I can strap that on there safe enough. Okay. I genuinely don't think that's going to go anywhere. Right, tidy up your loose ends, and then we're almost ready to go. Apart from the fact I got a soft tire that side, so I'm going to have to reverse the whole shebang in the barn to get on the airline. But shopping ain't been yet, so it's no big hassle. So I need to be fairly tight to that left hand side of the door, so I got room to turn once I get in there. I've also got to be very wary of that tyre because it is quite soft. Right, just got to get it up close-ish to that cone in there, and I should be able to reach. Squeeze the mirror past. Close, close, close. Okay. I saw the cone move. Hopefully that's enough then. Oh yeah. Okay, I'm about 2.5 bar in here. Right, Tesco's is done. I've just had a traumatic experience. Mother-in-law's shower trap thing was blocked up, so I've had to get in there and get all the old lady hair out of it. Oh, burnt into my memory, that is. I don't want to sound like I'm complaining again, but do you know what? I started wearing my boots, but do you know what? It really hurts to wear boots, and I found myself limping again. I'm assuming it's still swollen up and still a bit delicate. I know it's my own fault for dropping something on my toe, but yeah. I might have to put non-toe caps back on again for a bit. Okay, let's go and see Mr. Rugman, see what he can do for this machine. That's not very nice, is it, eh? Do we that way or that way? Got a daughter sticking a finger up at me. They're very undaughterly. I wonder if I can get a cup of coffee out of her. If I smile sweetly. I promise to give her the farm. Hello, darling.
I didn't realise I was working today until about 3 o'clock yesterday.
All right, okay. Is that a cup of coffee in your hand?
It's a cup of tea. I'm Jeremy though.
I wasn't asking you to.
Do you want me to meet you one?
Me love you long time.
Yeah, I can meet you. What is it you want?
Coffee with one
I've
sugar.
got one of those frothy coffee sachets.
Anything,
or just
yeah,
a normal
anything.
one?
I've actually not had a drink or any breakfast this morning
Oh,
yet, so.
hang on.
No, your little
I
sister
haven't had a drink.
buggered off and left the house in the right mess.
I haven't had a drink. Oh, more. Hang on.
Rather dodgy looking homemade.
Yeah, that's out of range. That's out of.
Lovely sheep feeders over there. Those are from the collection.
Oh,
Walkthroughs.
I'm gonna have a look at that. I might even sell some for you. So what? The sheep feeders?
Yeah, walkthroughs. I suppose in your lambing shed, you put them in a big line,
Yeah.
butt up to each other,
All right. Okay.
and you can just sort of go through with a bag of cake or whatever, and
Down each side and yeah,
like getting in and knocking you about. Like.
which they do.
We didn't have that originally. We added those neck rails in there because
Yeah,
they'd get in there, wouldn't
they would, because they're sheep.
they? Yeah.
Huh. That's a good idea.
Ah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Still like the green.
Yeah. Well, I like the green. We like the green. So yeah, it's so that's so we got the depth of how far to go in the soil.
Yeah, I mean you're sort of
Yeah. When that's straight down, there's a
yeah.
depth. So I want to be able to adjust it that I can go from just tickling the top
yeah
with the things right up, or if I want to get aggressive, I can
rake the
rake
crap out
get it
of
down and actually rake it out of it. So
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fair.
so
Yeah, well,
so the actual height is going to have to be a little bit of a suck it and see. Now I can either leave the trailer with you
yeah,
if you want, so I can just, or you can unload it, whichever you prefer.
if we take them off, we can have them here.
Yeah.
Probably be better for us.
All right, that's fine. Okay. So if I pull forward a bit, because you want to get the, or do you want to get the
Yeah,
fork?
I'll have to get the forklift out of there.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. I'll get some straps off.
I haven't opened these bottom doors yet. I got distracted by the coffee.
That would distract me too. Yeah. What did you say about a strap on?
I said, that's yours.
Oh, right. Thank you. I know how to put a strap on. It's getting it back off again is the problem.
You are the way you are.
Yeah. What a wrong one.
Is that your mate biscuit?
Yeah. Yeah. But she at the door giving it rah, rah, rah.
Hair of them.
Yeah. That's got him. No.
Fucking forklift. Go backwards and back. Something seriously wrong with this.
Is it?
Put it in reverse and it keeps going forwards.
It's got an attitude issue.
Female.
Yeah, she's out of earshot now, you're all right. He's sat on that RSJ over there.
Swing.
Okay. That's got him. Yeah. It's a nice gate. And you want a posh gate?
Straight through the bars.
Yeah, so either through the bars or whatever.
Under the subframe or
Anything. They'll all pick it up, so. Do you want me to pull forward out of the way?
yeah, got a slip trailer.
Well, it's more than half an hour, well actually nearly an hour later than the last time I had the camera on. So, sorted out everything I need to do with Tim. He's hopefully going to have a look at that on I think he said Wednesday this week coming. I doubt I'll be able to come down with any video on it, but I think what we're looking at doing is semi-permanently mounting the rake on the slitter, but I think he's going to do it with adjustable. So basically we're going to do like a set of holes that you can bolt the thing to, so you can adjust the height for whatever you want to do if we want to adjust it later on. So that's good enough for me. And then Abby said, oh, do you want to come in for a second cup of coffee? So I went into the practice and had another cup of coffee with her and Debbie. Debbie's our, well, in fact, she'll be out with us on Tuesday on Valentine's Day, because she's doing our TB test, part 1, and obviously part 2 on Friday. So yeah, so we've had a right giggle in there. So it's always fun when I go in there. And the parting shot, of course, when I'm leaving, is to throw a teaspoon in the sink, because that is Abby's pet hate. You're welcome. Yeah, Abby used to look after the dishwasher and everything else, and to keep the cups clean and everything else. One of her first jobs was in there, was like dishwashing all that, and the dishwasher's right next to the sink, and folks used to deliberately leave stuff in the sink and not put it in the dishwasher for her, and she had signs up everywhere, and even her boss would loiter around and wait for her to be in earshot so he could throw a teaspoon in the sink with a clatter, knowing full well she'd come bombing through from her little room and tell him off. She would come in and tell the boss off, and and he would just do it again next day. So rod for her own back. You know, it's one of those things, you know, if it, you know that big red button that says do not press? Well, the teaspoon in the sink is the equivalent of the big red button saying do not press, because you know that if Abby's there, she's going to come flying out from wherever he is and give you a mouthful of abuse for not putting the teaspoon in the dishwasher and for throwing it in the sink. So, and they all do it. They all do it. So yeah, but the parting shot just now was me chucking the teaspoon in the sink and her calling me really, really rude names, which made everybody in the room laugh. So, yeah. So predictable. Bless her. What? I know. Oh, you want to? Oh, I know what you want. Are you hungry or something? Hey? Are you hungry? She wants a biscuit. In a minute. In a minute. Yeah, I'm busy. What do you want? You want a biscuit? That was too many. There you go. Don't say I never give you anything. And don't bury it. You're supposed to look, eat it. Don't bury it, daft dog. That's better. Please note, I did that while stationary. So I had a conversation with my neighbour yesterday. So, chap I went to school with actually many years ago, known him for years, and he basically runs a big arable operation next door to us. And I spoke to him about the possibilities of him helping me out with pigeon meat. So if you've been following me for a while, you know that another neighbour has taken the 10 acres this year to plant maize for his cattle. The ground needed some work. It's been crying out for some work for a while. So he's chucking a lot of muck on it and ploughing it and put down the maize. And then at the end of it, I was going to supply the seed, but he was going to drill it with grass seed and put it back in the grass. Well, we've been umming and ahhing about it, and I mentioned this the other day, that I might put it down to barley. What are you doing down there? So it's 10 acres. If I can grow 10 acres of feed barley, that I can use the straw for bedding and feed for my young stock, and then get the actual crop rolled, basically crushed, and I could add that to the ration for the cattle. And it's just one of those things where I think if I'm growing it all myself, I mean, we rear grass-fed beef, but barley is a grass, so I don't think I'm cheating. I think it's quite a reasonable. Wouldn't overtake there. That was risky. Yeah, so we might actually be doing a bit more arable back here at our place, which will give a little bit more context to the farm here, although I'm going to get my neighbour to do most of the work. He's going to contract it for me. It's not worth my while buying loads of kit for 10 acres when he's already got it. It would just be pointless. So, but I think that would be a good idea for us, is maybe to put that piece of ground over there, which I can't see very well from home, down to a cereal crop, and I think our first crop is quite likely going to be a feed barley. So whether it's going to be a winter barley or a spring barley, I don't know yet. That will kind of depend a bit on how quick the other neighbour gets their maize off. Bag of logs for my dad's bookkeeper. Not something I do very often, but she takes good care of him, so I'll show my appreciation with what she wants. She hasn't got room for a whole bag.